Cape Town waterfront is a world-famous tourist attraction. But SPCA Wildlife Inspector Kira Joshua has more serious concerns this morning than sightseeing, and she's enlisted the help of Senior Inspector James Murphy. 2 seals have apparently got tangled in fishing line, and one of them in particular is said to be showing signs of distress.
You'll find a lot of seals, because they're in the harbour area, they get entangled with a lot of, like, either box strap or gut. And the 2 cases that we have now is a young female that has a gut around it, another adult male. It's going to be a bit tricky because it's on a small jetty. So even if you approach the seal, it might go back in the water, or even if we try and get it in the net and it goes back in the water, that means we go in the water with the seal in the net. So it's going to be quite difficult.
There are several seals around the marina, and James spots another one that might also have a problem.
Is there something on this seal or what? It's very odd.
Oh, yeah.
Is there something there? Okay, well, we can't.
You can get on the boat just to check it out.
I don't think people would mind if you just borrowed.
For any wild animal, if they threaten in any way, they are going to try and protect themselves. So they're not just generally aggressive by nature.
That looks like an old injury. You see, it's only on one side.
This seal looks like it had previously got caught in some line, but has freed itself.
It's only on one side. Okay.
Now they need to find the 2 that were reported.
And there's the female over there.
Both are adult Cape Fur seals. Females weigh around 120 kilos.
Okay.
This male is more like 350.
You want the net in front of you or what?
Yeah, I don't trust his teeth.
Wildlife is Kira's speciality, but it's been a while since James was confronted with animals like this.
Okay. If he comes, you just back off and maybe run for it and hook him. Run and hook him. Nah, okay, there he goes. Nah, you got one shot and yeah. When they attack you like that, and you've got a narrow space to work, so it just makes it very difficult. If it was a nice, big, flat area, you could at least kind of corner him.
Helping the male seal will have to wait for another time.
Fortunately, as much as we want to be like Dr. Dolittle, we can talk to the animals and let them know, listen, it's fine, we just want to take it off you. They don't know. So that's why it's also quite difficult. They're not going to work with you, really.
Let's go try the other one. How do we do this? Unless she's sleeping, walk up to her and actually just grab.
If they can get close to the female without her waking, they might have a chance.
It's jammed. What? I can't move the net. It seems to have hooked on something, yeah. But it's okay. You know what's...
You got it?
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Okay, jam it up the base against here.
On the head, yeah? Okay. Can you see it? It's right there.
Here we go. Oh, gross.
There's other stuff, eh? There's not only that. There's other stuff, yeah, there. Okay.
Got that one?
That one's
Next
off. There's something down there, and then there was something else as well. I'm sure I saw cable ties. Is that? That's what the gut does to the seals. Is that the one that you cut off just now?
Yeah, I just cut
That's what this one would have done. That one was around there. It's a black twine that they use for the fishing and stuff.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. Right. Go.
Got it.
What's it hooked on? It's not often it happens, but we got her by surprise. She was sleeping, so that, yeah, yay.
This is like the box strap that you have around boxes and that?
This is a twine.
Twine, yeah.
They thread the fish onto it, and then when they just pull the fish off, they chuck it over in the water, and the seals swim through it. And it obviously just, now it grows on them. As they get fatter and fatter, it would have just got tighter and tighter, and it's like a slow death. Apparently this one was actually gagging at one stage. At least we got one.
The seal's wounds will heal naturally now, but without Kira and James's intervention, the line and plastic could have led to a slow, painful death. Kira's working with the Marine and Coastal Management Agency on researching the problem.
What we have to do now with the things that James and I have managed to take off, we have to bag it, and then from that we have to send it through to Marine and Coastal Management. And this is just to fight the bigger issue of animals, really, in general. They become entangled with box strap and twine and anything else that causes them injury.
One wild animal has been spared a lot of pain. A good start to any day. There are 93 societies for the prevention of cruelty to animals in South Africa. At the Cape of Good Hope SPCA, it's another busy day. And it's about to get busier for Senior Inspector Kira Joshua and the team she's assembled.
We're going out to Freedom Park. We have been there before. There is a lot of problems, you know, dogs and short chains. You know, they need to take responsibility for the community that they're staying in.
They've decided to try to improve the lives of animals in one of Cape Town's poorest communities.
There's flies because people don't pick up the feces and that. You know, there's unhygienic conditions for the people as well as the animals.
Kira's got together the staff from the SPCA's mobile clinic, along with some of her fellow inspectors.
So people probably come to you for deworming, vaccinations if necessary, dipping. For the inspectors, I think the best thing is work with each situation as we do. Okay? My voice is breaking. Thank you.
Around 1,500 people live in this community, and there are a lot of animals.
We've got 4 inspectors here, so 2 is going to go on to the right and 2 is going to go into the left as we go door to door to check the people's animals out, have a chat, educate, and just inform them that we have a mobile clinic here.
Most people living here are unemployed. They depend on organisations like the SPCA to provide subsidised medical care for their animals.
The mobile clinic will be handling if animals want to be dewormed. There's going to be dipping of animals, vaccinations, and sterilizations. Hello.
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 Inspector Wayne Hector quickly spots a dog with a problem.
She's got a runner up, but there's no collar on the dog, so and there's no water. But I wanted to see if the runner is efficient, and maybe we can advise how to make it more efficient. They got the chain on the collar, and you can see it's already left a mark here, so it's been on there for a long time now. So, and the reason why the ears is like this is because he's tied up, he can't move anywhere, and he's got stools and flies is all over, and that's the reason why he's got this flies on the ears also. So, yeah, I've asked her to go take it for a dip, just in case it hasn't been dipped for a while, so they have to keep it clean also and get some treatment for the ears.
The dog's first in the queue at the mobile clinic. He'll be taken to the SPCA for dipping to get rid of fleas and ticks and for the other treatment he needs. And he'll be neutered to prevent unwanted pups.
They'll drop it on, no problem.
Now Wayne's seen something more worrying. A black dog with something badly wrong with its leg. The owner's wary of the inspectors.
She said she doesn't want to give it to us. She's scared we're not going to bring it back to her. But let's just see. I'll just see if I can take the dog then. Because the dog needs treatment. Okay.
Wayne persuades her they only want to help the dog.
Ons gaan hom sterilize. Promise that we're going to try to fix the leg and bring it back to her. So she's going to sign on a green card to be treated at the hospital. I can see the foot is injured. It could be just a foot or broken ankle or yeah. She's already sterilized and I think yeah, but it's just in pain at the moment with the back leg and yeah, let's see if we can fix it at the hospital.
For dogs whose only problem is a few fleas, ticks or mites, a quick dip here will do the trick.
Education is much better because we need to explain people to deflea the houses at home, the areas at home, the kennels at home to get rid of fleas. You're not going to get rid of all fleas, but they're welcome to come to the baths if they got So you can't come to the hospital, you can come to the mobiles.
Word has spread of the SPCA's visit, and dogs in all shapes and sizes emerge from the shacks.
We can vaccinate. If the animal is sick, we can treat the animal onto the van. Deworming we do. Any surgery we take into the hospital. We'll admit the animal. But we're just doing now basic things at the moment now.
This dog is so old it can't walk to the clinic. His owner wants to know if mobile clinic nurse Theo Ardendolf can do anything for him.
Dit is waarop ek redeneer. Ek het die hond gebring vir help. In die tyd sal ek veel verkies dat sê kyk. This dog is 18 years of age already. It's blind in the one eye. The one pupil is dilated already. The dog's hind legs is also gone, and she's struggling with walking and stuff. So what I've advised on this dog is to actually have them put out for the simple reason that it's cold in the mornings, the evenings. It's cold. This dog is struggling, and we can only do so much. We can only put it on painkillers and stuff for so long, and then until that don't work no more. And meanwhile, we're actually just prolonging the dog's suffering. The dog's been with her for 18 years, so it's actually a difficult decision. But it's one that no one wants to make, but in the dog's term, who else is going to make it besides the owner?
It's noon, and the SPCA team has barely scratched the surface of the problems. They'll be hard at it here for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, Senior Inspector James Murphy is heading out of town. He's been alerted to possible problems at a small holding.
We're off to a small pig farm, livestock farming, sort of a community project thing, and yeah, there's some conditions of concern there, so we're just going to go check it out and see what whether we can help them in terms of the welfare of the animals.
It's not just pigs. There are goats, dogs, cats, and a lot of chickens. Their living conditions seem somewhat chaotic. James is not happy with what he's seeing.
Where do all these animals shelter and sleep and everything?
Some of the chicks sleep in there, other chicks sleep in there.
Okay, and the goats?
The goats, any place.
Any place?
Yeah.
Is any place provided, or is it just, because I mean, that's locked up now. They're in here.
Snuffles is feline respiratory disease, the cat equivalent of flu.
Lots of stuff here that needs rectifying. Ooh, and your cats. Oh, look at those eyes. Oh, snuffles. That's why the other one's got that infected eye. I see you got dogs here as well. How many dogs you got?
Yes, 5 dogs.
And are they sterilized?
No, none of them are sterilized.
Are they goats breeding here, or they just, is there
No, they're breeding
the ram and stuff? You know they breed fast, eh?
very fast.
Yeah. Are you also selling them off, or?
Everything is for sale here. Everything.
The pigs have good shelter, but James is concerned about their feed.
Swill is good for the pigs, but it depends on where it comes from. And that type of swill you've got to be careful of, because you get all these sort of little items in there, and then you got plastic bags and things.
They put new.
You see, this is exactly what I'm concerned about, is this sort of stuff. I mean, surgical gloves. Why would that be in? I mean, this is now what the pigs have to eat. You got kebab sticks. This stuff can all sit in the pig's gut. Even the kebab sticks, they could stick him in the eye while he's eating. What you're feeding can be a real danger to your pigs. Oh, this fence is falling over here.
James is also worried that there are many things the animals can hurt themselves on.
But this sort of stuff you must be careful of, eh?
Okay, as I'm telling you, I'm
see the
busy
wire there.
fixing
Yeah.
it now. It's holiday this week.
But it's not holiday for the pigs. They still need to be looked after. Got a nice roof over their head, but they definitely need water. And as you said, they haven't fed yet, so another concern is pigs have been without food all night. Obviously, there's still, a lot of work in progress.
James decides to try to work with the man.
Well, he's making some progress here with regards to the structures. He's got cement floors and not just the sandy floors. It's a little bit messy here, but the pigs have sheltered. So we can come back and sort out what we need with regards to the cats and the dogs and things, help him with that, with sterilising the animals. At the same time as he needs to kind of pull finger and make some changes that I've recommended. Just keep pushing him to make these, the life better for the animals.
James will be back in a few days' time. The SPCA team, led by Senior Inspector Kira Joshua, has been hard at work in Freedom Park for 6 hours now. Kira's just discovered a litter of puppies scrabbling around in the dirt.
Mevrouw, no, come, no, let me speak to you. So you're the owner. Okay, but now come, let me explain to you something quickly. How to make life a little bit better for these puppies. Is this what you're feeding the puppies?
Milk and milk pap.
So why is the bread out here?
It's for the groot honde.
For the groot honde? Yo, please. Do you want to keep these? What are you going to do with them? So you're going to take care of 4 puppies and the mother, so that's five dogs. But now if you sign the puppies over to us, we can try and find good homes for them.
The woman doesn't like Kira's suggestion.
But now walking away from me when I'm talking to her is not going to help.
It's not the first time you're getting puppies here in this corner, in this house, and this place,
What I'm worried about is, these puppies, they need to be dewormed and vaccinated. Okay. In the area that they kept in here now, it's not a nice area.
I understand what you're saying.
They're going to get sick.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm looking at what's the best for them. And then the mother as well. Is she just going to continue having puppies over puppies over puppies? She needs to be sterilized. She's just very upset now because we want to take the puppies, but we're trying to explain to them and take the puppies away for their own good right now. I mean, there's two ways that you can go, right? Either she makes an effort here and cleans up. Because, I mean, what have we actually achieved? If we just confiscate, what have we actually achieved with this lady? She's going to have animals again. So it's trying to explain to her, I mean, she can't take care of all of these, of the puppies plus the mother. I'm giving you an option now. Either A, we work together to make something like a better environment and stuff, because I'm sure you're going to have more dogs coming here, more dogs breeding. I want you to understand, we want to do what's best for those puppies.
Kira's hitting a brick wall, so for the sake of the puppies, she decides she's got to take action.
I'm writing out the warning now to basically say that we're confiscating the mother and the puppies. She has a certain time period to rectify the situation.
Finally, the woman agrees to voluntarily hand the dogs over.
Okay, and you're going to have the mother sterilized. We do it for free and she'll be back tomorrow. But you must fix everything up here.
Okay.
Okay? We're here to help people with animals and to educate people on how to take care of animals. You know, most people have this idea that we just take people's animals away, but I mean that's not the case. We're here to help people and to educate people on how to take care of the animals. If we had to just bring one animal in but educated 15 people, it'd be a successful day. And we'll come back here just to see how things are going as well.
It's been an exhausting day. There's about an hour before nightfall. Just time to get the animals they've taken in to the hospital. Back at the SPCA in Grassy Park, the animals are unloaded. Clinic nurse Theo Ardendalf makes a quick check of the dog brought in for neutering.
What I notice here on the dogs is ear is raw on the ear, both sides. So that could either be of fleas or anything like that. Okay. His temperature is normal, it's 38.6, so that's fine. His gums, as you can see, it's pinkish, that's also nice. The tart on the teeth, that's basically just old age getting to it. After this, basically what will happen now is I'll write down what I've seen or what I've did, and then basically we'll take the dog through to the theatre where he'll be assessed and then put under GA for the neutering itself.
Kira's charges are settled in too.
The puppies and the mom is just going to stay here to be checked out. 7 days, the lady has to clean up the area. Within that 7 days, if she hasn't cleaned up, then the puppies and the mom becomes the property of the SPCA, and we'll sterilize and then try and find homes for them.
Inspector Wayne Hector has a new assignment today. A report of a house overrun with dogs.
Hello. Wanted to see the problem here, and probably they're running around, disturbing the neighborhood and things like that. So I said to check here what's happening. Hello. Oh yes, there's a yellow buckle here.
Local bylaws prohibit anyone from keeping more than 3 dogs, so as to avoid health problems and disturbance to neighbours. There are quite a few more than that here.
Hello, puppy.
The owner of the dogs is out at work, so her sister shows Wayne around.
Okay, so where do you sleep, most of them?
I sleep in there, some of them in there, and the others sleep
in here.
In all, there are 16 dogs, and Wayne's not entirely happy with their living conditions.
Well, the concern is there's a lot there. There's a lot of fighting between them. That one doesn't look so healthy. He's got injuries on the front leg. The yard is small. It's clean though, but small. There's not enough shelter for all of them. Yeah, the water was thrown out. Look at the bowls. Hasn't been cleaned now for, I don't know, I can't say how long. But there's the muck here, you can see it hasn't been cleaned. It's just added onto water, added. It wasn't washed. Yeah, for the best thing for the dog's sake, also for the people's sake here, because once it becomes into parasitic conditions, the people can also get sick. Because one of them gets sick and then all of them will get sick in one time because there's no isolation or separation between them. So yeah, the best way to go here is for the owner to maybe donate some of these animals to the SPCA, especially the younger ones. We can still find homes for them also. Let me just speak to the owner and to take it from there.
Wayne's left a warning note, and he'll be back to try to work out a solution. Meanwhile, vet Miles Penfold is taking a look at Blackie, the dog Wayne brought in from Freedom Park yesterday. Blackie's leg is twisted out of shape and clearly painful.
Dog's had a broken leg, is still not using the leg, and I can feel shaft fragments coming out to the back end of the leg here, and this is actually, there's you can feel like a bursa forming over the end of the bone just under the skin here, and parts of the femur are actually stuck here. You know, we're looking at a break that's occurred at least 8 to 12 weeks ago, minimum, could even be longer. We take a look at the x-ray. That's the normal femur there. You can see should be a nice smooth bone, and this is the shattered one. That's the top end of it up to there. Then we've got a fracture, and then we've got shards sitting around here, and this piece, you're actually looking down the bone there. You can see the fragment sitting like that, pointing into the x-ray. So I think what we will do for this dog is just go in and just remove that piece of bone there so that sharp piece is out the way. And then we just leave the dog. You know, time's an amazing healer. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the other one, but we'll take that out and just wait and see what happens from there.
Miles decides to operate straight away, while Blackie's still under general anaesthetic. It's a delicate operation, trying to locate the loose pieces of bone and remove them without causing Blackie any more harm.
That's the end of the fragment that's been stabilized that was causing that reaction. You can see the bone fragment there. So what we're going to do is just nibble that off. Right, that feels much better. Quite happy with that. I think with that sharp piece hasn't come out now, that's not going to be rubbing underneath the skin like this anymore. And it's basically just got a nice sort of flat edge on the end that is now where the bone pieces come up, taken off the little chips that were left, and probably take about 6 months or so to form a big knob of bone in there, and then it'll remodel. But we'll certainly just see how it goes from here. We won't need to do anything else.
Blackie will be taken to the kennels to recover. Soon they'll know whether the operation has been a success and taken away Blackie's pain, and whether he'll be able to walk normally. It's 2 weeks since the SPCA team visited Freedom Park to try to improve the welfare of the animals there. Today's a good day for 2 of the dogs. Trainee Inspector Adiba Renze has brought home the dog that was taken to the SPCA to be sterilised, and Blackie. Surgery has removed the shattered bone in Blackie's leg, and though he still has a limp, his owner can already see he's much happier.
I'm very glad because I miss him a lot. And he is my dog. He grew up with all my children. He's very special because he was a small dog and I love him up myself. I look after him if he is my old child. And he's also like one of my children. And respect him, he also love me. Before he go to the operation, he still laying down, he don't want to move, he don't want to eat. But now we can see there is a difference because he's happy, he run away, you can see he's very good. I'm glad to look after my dog.
Ja, eindelijk, wat ik verstaan, eindelijk wat hulle sê van die honde wat gesteriliseerd raak, is eindelijk ons willen die honde hardlopen hier rond, honde maak puppies onder elkaar, honde verniel onder elkaar en zo aan. So, ja, ik was gelukkig dat die SPC die hond gesteriliseerd en na hom gekyk het en hom weer teruggebring het naar mij toe. Hij is nou weer veilig weer terug bij die huis nou weer. Was ik gelukkig.
Senior Inspector James Murphy is back at the small holding in Penn Hill. This time, he's brought reinforcements. They want to tackle the various problems James found on his last visit.
We're going to pick them up, and then the cats here as well, you wanted them away. So we're going to sort those out and just kind of follow up as well on the warnings that we issued regarding the animals and the shelter that we discussed.
There have been some new arrivals since last time.
Look at this lot. Must have given birth over the last week. Oh, they are so cute, man. Hey.
But indiscriminate breeding is one of the things they want to put a stop to, especially with the dogs.
And the dogs have been taken into the SPCA to be sterilised. And then once they're sterilised, they'll be brought back over here.
It's a big job for the owner to bring the place up to scratch.
Gosh, he really needs to clean up here. I don't know how he's going to do this, but you can't have farm animals and rubbish.
Some of the cats were suffering from feline respiratory disease, or snuffles. The owner doesn't want them around anymore.
We've brought some cat traps because some of the cats are a little bit feral, and as we noticed last week, some of them also got a bit of snuffles. There were some kittens that was snuffly and stuff, but yeah, I don't know where we'll have to kind of hang around and look for them where they're hiding now. We asked them to move these pigs because this is not exactly proper housing. I need to go check out the other hawks and find out what's in there. Are you guys cleaning the swill out, eh?
Yeah.
Because it was last time it was terrible, eh? There was just spikes and you name it in there. There's another batch, new babies.
Yes, it's 2 new babies.
They're so cute, man. Mommy, why are you standing in it? Yeah, hey. Yeah, it's still some stuff with elastics on it. Wine corks. Is this water put in today?
And yesterday.
Yeah. But this doesn't drain out. How do you get it out? You just
I take.
Scoop it out.
Yes.
Get a container to put in here. You take that container out, you go and rinse it outside, and you bring it in and you put water in it.
Yes.
And it's clean drinking water.
Water, yes.
But it obviously needs to be kept clean. Otherwise you're attracting flies.
Trainee Inspector Nico Maas works in the SPCA's feral cat unit.
As soon as they're in, you can just cover them with a blanket. It calms them down a whole lot and they won't stays up so much.
Any cats or kittens with snuffles will have to be kept in isolation, as it is highly contagious.
There's some more kittens here. You got him. Ish. Oh, that looks very pussy. See, this is a problem with the kittens here.
What it seems like it has, the signs of snuffles, like discharge coming from the eyes. When there's stress in that, and the immune system's pretty weak, and they're more prone to it.
There's still plenty of work to be done here. This could become a long-term project for James.
I'm going to leave him with a warning to supply the shelter for the animals. The chickens are dying. And one of the factors is the lack of shelter. The weather is getting cooler now, and the chickens need to have shelter. And also the sharp objects that are lying around. I think we need to kind of push the issue and get them to remove it sooner than later.
The inspectors want to give the owner a fair chance to make the necessary improvements. If he doesn't get a move on, though, he could end up losing his animals.
We'll have to see what happens. But basically, if he doesn't want to conform and actually adhere to what the SPCA is saying, and we have to look at what's best for the animals, and we need to confiscate the animals.
It's almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no shelter, there's no water.
The SPCA takes the welfare of farm animals very seriously. A month ago, Chief Inspector Andres Fenter led a raid on an unofficial roadside chicken market.
We found 4 chickens dead so far, and that's mainly through overcrowding, lack of water, no shade.
Many of the chickens were being kept in cramped and filthy conditions, without water and in the full glare of the sun.
Dehydrated, weak eyes, it's floppy. Can't even stand.
Yes, horrific conditions, absolutely horrific conditions.
All the chickens on the site were seized, and the stallholders promised to make improvements. The inspectors have been making regular visits to check on progress. Now Trainee Inspector Moyo Makar has received a report that some of the stallholders have been letting things slide.
Well, we're just responding to a report that some of the chickens, the living conditions haven't changed, and people are carrying chickens in the manner which is not appropriate for them. So we're just coming to educate even the sellers as to that they can pass on the message to the people who are buying the chickens to the proper way to handle your chicken. Well, the ones that we've seen, they're using the free-range system. So the chickens, they are roaming around, and they put some canvas to create some bit of shade. But what I don't see is water.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the water for the chickens?
I just put in it.
No, but where's the dish? Well, the chickens are not going to tell you when they want to drink. Water should be available at all times. Hello, you're not allowed to carry chickens like this. You're not allowed to carry chickens like this. You're not allowed. Can you put down the chickens and carry them properly? You're not allowed to carry chickens like that. Well, can you give him a crate? So you don't care whatever happens. So you don't want to assist him. Because there is no way he's going to carry 4 chickens at one time. You know, they are still alive. You know, you understand, is it? They are still alive, they are animals and they can't speak. So while they're still alive, let's look after them in the best manner that we can. Okay. You'll tell other people, is it?
Getting the animal welfare message across needs patience and persistence.
It is a mountain to climb, but my conviction is we've got to start somewhere. We can't fold our hands and say this is a big mountain. Like the previous time we came here, there were so many of these cages and we educated them on the free-range system. Some have implemented it. When we came again, there was no food for the chickens. Now there's food for the chickens. Some, they don't have water. So, okay, let me just... Hello? Hello? Why are you tying the chicken's legs? Why are you tying the legs? And why are you carrying them like that? You don't carry your brother like that. Do you carry your brother with the legs? Even a small child, you don't carry a small child with the legs. All right? This is the best structure that I've seen. But also one thing that I'm not happy about, there are nails protruding out, which can be dangerous for the chickens. There is no water, and I don't see any food. So I'm going to give you a warning to work on these things. There is a lot to be done, and a lot of education to be done. Whenever they're here, this is what is happening. Well, I must admit they've been very cooperative. None of them has been very aggressive to me, and they're very understanding.
The lives of the chickens have already been improved, but the SPCA's work here is far from over yet. Inspector Wayne Hector is back at the house where there are 16 dogs. He's spoken to the owner on the phone, and she's agreed that she can't cope with so many animals.
So we're going to load the unwanted first?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Must I pay anything?
No, you don't have to. You can give a donation. The donation is always welcome, but no charge.
Right. This is Gabby.
I informed her that too many dogs is not healthy also, and it's also going to be expensive to keep up. So she's agreed with us. We're going to take some of the dogs over off her hands and try to find new homes for them. Obviously, it's not the thing that she doesn't know how to look after them. It's just that we're assisting her before she gets to a point where she won't be able to afford looking after them anymore. I'm sure that the dogs that's going to remain here, it's going to be even more loved, and she's got more space to work with them, and she's going to have more financial freedom to feed them.
The woman's already found homes for some of the puppies. She and her family are animal lovers, but they let their enthusiasm run away with them.
You see, my daughter was in high school, and every time she sees a stray animal, like a puppy, she brings it out. Or a friend, when you go visit a friend, then they got puppies, and the puppies wasn't so nice to her, and then she brings them out. That's how I come with all these dogs on me. Of course, I love my animals, but you know, it is to people that's good. It's got to be good to my animals. I won't bite.
We're taking 4. It's 4 adult dogs. So she's going to be left with 3 adults and 1 puppy. I'm going to be coming back to do sterilization, but we'll keep in touch and check on them next time.
Now the woman can focus all her attention on the dogs she's keeping, while the SPCA tries to find the others good homes. The first stage on the road to adoption is to be greeted at the SPCA by Kennel Care Assistant Beryl McIntosh.
Let's go. Come on, big girl. Out you go. There you are. You're all fed. Hey, you're all fed. They look absolutely wonderful. Nice, good body weight, not dehydrated. No bones protruding. Hey, just very nervous.
All the dogs are now safely in Beryl's capable hands.
Very nervous, not sure what to do. Young female. Hey, no tartar, teeth are in good condition. Clean ears, no debris. In fair body weight. There you go. A little bit older. We will give them a few days to settle into kennels. Should they be all right in maybe 3 or 4 days, we will then vaccinate them with the 5-in-1, as well as a kennel cough, put them through the assessment, and hopefully they'll go for adoption.
Senior Inspector Kira Joshua is back in Freedom Park. She's visiting the owner of the mother dog and puppies she took to the SPCA. The mother dog has been sterilized, and the pups have been vaccinated and treated for fleas and ticks.
We're just going to check up now to see if if everything was rectified, to make sure that it's going to be a safe environment for the animals to come back into. Is Mrs. Mafati hier so? Oei, daar is sy. Hoe gaan dit? Goed. Dan lyk jy goed, die. Waar is die glimlach? Huh? Ah, daar is sy. I see we've made some improvements here.
The woman tells Kira she's been working hard to improve her yard for the dogs.
There's a kennel, but like I was explaining now, it's not going to be adequate because I mean, if you have rain and that, it's quite a shallow area. Well, a small area for the animals to be in. So if it's rain, wind, and that, it's not going to be sufficient for the animals. So what we're going to do is, because there is improvement, and we get a lot of kennels donated into the SPCA, and for situations just like this. So we're going to see if we can't get a nice big one for them to help Mrs. Mufati out of here. A lot of the scrap has been cleaned up in that, so which is good, and I can see that, I mean, it's cleaned up over here now. And what we're ultimately looking for is for a safe environment for the puppies to be in. So there's nothing that can injure or harm the puppies in any way. And Mrs. Mufati now just explained that they're going to put on a gate over here, so that's going to prevent the animals from getting outside where there could be danger in that as well. So which is good.
Yeah.
Is het reg so?
Yeah.
Okay. Is jy gelukkig nou?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know, you want to build relationships up with people and to help them understand the bigger picture. Because it's, like I said before, I mean, it's pointless just confiscating all the time. And especially in an area, in an informal settlement like this, people are living with what they can. And they also have a love for animals. So it's just educating people on how to make life a little bit easier for the animals as well. And a safe environment for them.
The woman's made good progress. If she continues along this path, she could get all her dogs back soon. It's been just over a week since Senior Inspector James Murphy took a team to the smallholding in Penhill. They're working with the owner to improve the smallholding.
Hi. I'm Taryn. Hello, Taryn. Hi. How do you do? Nice to meet you.
In the meantime, some of the cats he no longer wanted have been found a new home. Animal care assistant Taryn Boyce has brought 3 of them to Leslie Bevis Challoner.
Hello, kitties. Come on. Hello. Hello, my boy. I'm going to put them in the house for at least a week until they're used to us and used to their new family.
Some of the smallholding cats had snuffles, but these 3 were given a clean bill of health.
Just need a lot of love and they'll settle down very quickly. This one, yeah, is definitely the most nervous. When you put him down, he'll run and hide somewhere. But as soon as you pick him up, that's all he wants, is just to be loved and cuddled. He's purring already here. Yeah. I've grown up with animals, and cats I don't know, just always loved. You can cuddle up to them in the evenings and sleep with them in your bed. You can do with a dog as well, but there's something special about a cat. It sits on you and purrs, and it makes bread on you, and I just love them. When they go out, they'll probably find their own little niche on the farm, like all our other cats do. I know where every one of my cats are today, because they've all got their own separate places on the farm. And if I want to go and call one, I'll go down to her place or his place, and I'll call it. And these ones will also probably find a little niche on the farm and do their thing each day. Look at Peaches. Come here, Peaches. Hello. All my animals have come from the SPCA, and they know that they've got to get on with each other because this is their home, and I think they're all happy here.
The dogs that were signed over to Inspector Wayne Hector because their home was too crowded have been at the SPCA for a week now. They're all healthy, so it's time to begin assessing them for adoption. They'll each be brought in to behaviour expert Candice de Villiers.
She seems to be enjoying being on someone's lap with all the attention. Okay, so she's obviously enjoying the interaction with the human. I'm going to do a teeth check to see if she enjoys the handling close to her face. Also, we want to see if she'll enjoy or allow a child to get quite close to her face as well. Okay, little tail wag, she's not a problem with that at all. Okay. Next is going to be a safe hug. We're going to see if she'll allow a human to become close to her space or into her space, and what we're mainly looking at is children getting quite close to her face and into the space. Yeah. Okay, if you're not going to hug her, she's going to hug you. She seems to be very acceptable to the interaction and the human contact with quite in-your-face little girl. Next would be the food bowl. See her interaction with us in the food bowl. We're going to stick a plastic hand in the food bowl while she's busy eating. She's allowing it. She's not very, very happy, but she's allowing it. Just eating a bit faster and very fast actually, finishing her food bowl. Shame. I would definitely be able to trust her with young children. Very sweet and you can't not love her. She's quite sweet and yeah, seems to quite enjoy lots of affection. If you don't give it to her, she's going to give it to you. And yeah, would be good with children, definitely.
One down. And if the others are all as good as this one, there shouldn't be any problem finding them new homes. The SPCA Adoptions Department has been busy trying to find homes for the dogs signed over by the woman who had 16 of them and couldn't cope. Brownie was the first out of the door, adopted by Julie and Michelle Smith.
Hey.
He's been used to plenty of company, and he gets that with his new owners too, though this time with the neighbourhood dogs on his daily run in the park.
The group is actually very, very large, and when everyone's here, there's Rottweilers and Rhodesian Ridgebacks, German Shepherds. She is a little possessive. She's got better now, but for the first few weeks or so, she followed right behind me. But those little bits of her personality I just ignored, and they, you know, she got better. She'll go on for half an hour like this. She is playful. She likes taking things out of the house to chew, spoons and buckets and...
To hide our shoes away.
Yeah, yeah.
She like runs up to you when you come home and she smiles when
She's got a lovely smile.
It's early morning in Cape Town, South Africa, and Chief Inspector Andries Venter and his team have been called out to an emergency. A dog has got himself into a terrifying situation.
There's a dog that's stuck in the pipe over here on this side. Apparently it's been here for about 2 days.
Oh yeah? The idea is I'm going to bundle this up and push it through from that side. Push it all the way through towards Kira. Okay. Okay. And hopefully the dog will jump out towards it.
We tried to get him with a catch pole. He's aggressive and just wanted to pull the catch pole inside. So we couldn't get it around his neck. So now we need to try and push him our way.
It seems that it's stuck in the drain somehow. And either isn't coming out or doesn't want to come out.
With the dog having been trapped for 2 days, time is running short. Venter hopes that prodding the dog from behind will encourage him to come out.
Can you go and check with Kira that she's ready? Okay.
Kira tries to coax the dog out from the other end.
Come, I'm just trying to help you. Hey, come now. Okay, good. No. Baby, come here. Oh, he's so scared.
Anything?
He's here, but he's grabbing the catch pole. Okay. So each time the catch pole goes in, he goes further back to where you are. To where you were pushing.
Okay. I'm trying to push it through, but those catch poles aren't working, so I'm just going in that
Wayne
far.
went back to the SPCA now to fetch the rods. The plumbing rods,
yes.
so that's longer to pushing. It's not going to work with me being in there with the catch pole because he just backs up.
Okay, because plan B would be getting the fire department to pump water out and just flush it out.
I don't like plan B. It's cold.
It's a safer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But first, they want to try longer poles. Inspector Wayne Hector arrives with them, but will they reach? With the dog frozen with fear and refusing to budge, it becomes clear the team are going to need extra help.
It seems like the dog really doesn't want to come out. I mean, clearly it's really frightened. So it's just going to take a lot of patience and a lot of different maneuvers to get him out there.
And found out whether they would be willing to assist us in flushing a drain. Irene Road, on the corner of Clip and Irene.
The truck through now.
Excellent.
The fire department arrive, and it's time for Fenter's Plan B.
All right, thanks for coming. There seems to be bricks or something in the center here, and it doesn't want to come out.
We tried with the catch pole already. He grabs the catch pole and pulls it in, so we can't use the catch pole on him. So the only ways for what we assess now is that flushing the water here, getting in this area, we close with that hole, and once he's out, close it with the net, and then we can use the catch pole on him.
The firefighters work quickly, hoping that by forcing water into the drain, it will flush the dog out.
Concentrate, concentrate. It's coming, it's coming. Nothing yet. I can hear him.
They increase the pressure.
Not yet. All we're causing is a puddle.
But even the force of the hose isn't enough to shift him. With no sign of the dog and concerned for his welfare, Kira decides to get a closer look.
Yes, now I can't see. Give me the lead torch.
If she can hook him with the catch pole, maybe she can pull him to safety.
Listen here, I'm not messing with you anymore. Come here.
Someone sit on my feet.
Okay, tell him to stop with the water.
Stop with the water.
I got his teeth here.
Tighten it around the teeth.
This water is filthy.
No, Andres. We're gonna pull you on. Okay, okay. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Stop this nonsense. You know you want to come out.
Someone get me animal glove.
At last, they manage to hook him, but he's not going to make it easy for them.
Can I have a leash?
Take the torch. Take the torch.
Okay.
Let me go down. Let me go down. Let me go down.
Can you grab him? Can you grab him?
I don't have him. I don't have him.
Hey?
I don't have him.
Oh. You got him? Oh, there's... Do you get your hand now?
Yeah. I need to get out to do this.
Okay. Lift him up. Oh, have you got him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to duck in the corner and you pull up.
Okay.
On 3,
2, 1, go.
Pull. Up. Ow. Okay. Okay. Andres, no, pull. Pull up.
Okay.
Go. Oh. We got him?
Yeah.
They already know the dog bites, so they can't take any risks. He's got to be muzzled.
Oh, good wash now.
Take it back. It's fine, carry him like that. Oh. Thought it will be a quick one. Turned out to be a difficult one. I will take it back to the hospital, report it to Lost and Found as a normal stray.
No, he's pretty scared. I mean, just the mere fact, everything that he had to go through, I mean, through the water, through us, like, trying to push him out, and he was just not budging. Luckily, I mean, we had the fire department with the water and just everybody's help in that and perseverance. So there's no way we're going to leave that dog there.
The dog could have serious injuries, so he needs to go back to the SPCA. After 4 hours battling to get a dog out of a drain pipe, Chief Inspector Andres Fenter brings him back to the safety of the SPCA. He's clearly traumatized.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest rescues I've come across
in recent years. I think it's just the dog's will to stay in that hole. That's the only reason why it was so difficult. But I had visions of it having to starve in that hole and us not being able to get it out. Hi, Joy.
SPCA vet Joy Barry needs to find out whether he has any serious injuries.
Okay, it doesn't actually sound like there's any
Breakages.
fluid in the lungs, which would be what I would have been.
No, they used a lot of water to wash it out. I think it's more in shock than anything else.
I think it's probably exhausted now. Try and then see if it can walk. What would probably have happened is it tried to escape, and it was that it actually would be very stiff, like all the muscles like really get inflamed and
put it on the floor.
Yeah, yes please. Just want to see if it can walk. It doesn't seem to be limping or anything. Come on. Oh my God. Shame, I think it's just very traumatized. I'm just giving it a long-acting antibiotic just for in case. And a colchicine injection just because of will probably have some muscle pain and everything because of trying to escape from the drain.
Let's put you to bed.
With no signs of physical injury, the team decides to keep a close eye on him to check there aren't any complications. But they're hoping that a good night's sleep and some TLC will be all he needs to bring him round. Meanwhile, 10 miles away, in a more affluent suburb of Cape Town, Inspector Nelson Sawati and trainee Inspector Liesl Pinar are checking up on a report of a man who has turned his garden into a farmyard and hasn't made a very good job of it.
Good day to you, sir. Your goats, I believe you are keeping goats here. We just need to have a look at their physical condition and the living conditions.
Before they even get to the goats, Nelson's concerned about the dog.
Why does he look a bit thin?
To be very honest, he was very sick. He was close to dying 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know if he had a virus or something.
And it's not just goats.
That puppy, it's so sick, you know. Can you see the eyes? Do you know how infectious that is to the other animals?
But I treated them with terramycin, and this morning I dewormed them again.
They're pretty lethargic, you know, they're just lying there. So I definitely think they've got some disease or ailment or something. I mean, puppies, you know, they're playful and, you know, running around.
How did you manage to have so many goats? I mean, such a lot of animals in the residential area.
Well, no one has ever told me I'm not allowed to have them.
Really?
And yes, and they've bred last week, and that has sort of also this year and the year before.
Accumulated.
And that has
number.
caused them to accumulate, that's right.
How many chickens?
Chickens, I think there's about 60 chickens.
16 or 60?
66,
How many horses are there?
There's 2 in the stable.
Just 2. How often are those horses out of stables? I mean,
every night they go out.
Where?
Into the schoolyard. There's a big enclosure at the back here. No, they have. This goat is very old. But I can assure you, it's not my goat. It's not my goat. The owner lives in Montevo, but
how old is the goat?
I have no idea. The goat is here for about 2 months.
She must be as old as Noah's Ark.
Yes, yes, you can see by the claws.
The backbone and the.
The owner's obviously not aware of all the concerns, but we're going to try and work with that when we've done the whole inspection, just to try and explain, well, what all the concerns are. Maybe try and get some of the animals signed over or something, because, yeah, it's not good condition.
The female goat is too thin. That's that
Which
goat
of course is not my goat.
I don't
For
say
anything
she's
that's on your
under
property, anything that's on your property is your responsibility.
It's your responsibility.
Anything.
I'm going to issue him a warning to take the goat to the nearest animal clinic. She is shockingly thin. These 2 we will have to take with.
But these puppies fell ill about 2-3 weeks ago.
So I'm sorry, you say 2
2 to 3 weeks ago. That's a long time. At this stage, that might be too late.
Please, I would like them to come back again. I'm prepared to, even if I have to go borrow money now to get these pups back.
It's either we take them in and they're not coming back, or we can basically give you, for their condition and their symptoms, I would say 24 hours for you to take them to a vet and supply some proof. But that gives you 24 hours. After that, we take them. That's it. Yes.
The whole situation is unpleasant.
Basically, what you then need to do is you need to improve the current environment. The first thing is the area is hazardous. Okay, there is lots of dangers around here. Okay, you need to make it more safe for them. Okay, I don't think there's enough shelter for all of the animals at the same time. This is also basically the more dangerous area around there, because I can see that's your workplace. I really don't think you have enough water for all of the animals. You have a lot of animals around you.
Yeah, but that's the water bowl.
Okay, but that's one bowl for 60 chickens.
We hope that there will be some improvements for the benefit of your animals.
The man has 24 hours to take the old goat and dogs to a vet, and 7 days to make improvements to his yard. And Nelson and Liesel will be making sure he does both. Otherwise, they'll be back with a court order to take the puppies. It can rain heavily in Cape Town, and to prevent flooding, the city is crisscrossed by drainage canals. Unfortunately, many of them have vertical sides, so when animals fall in, they struggle to get out again. Senior Inspector Kira Joshua tried yesterday to rescue 2 dogs here without success. Today, she's brought trainee Inspector Liesel Pienaar with her.
One dog yesterday we tried to get, it was very hungry, so in the first try maybe passively try and get it. If not, if they just start running now, we're going to just have to go into reactive mode and try and get them.
Around the corner is Senior Inspector James Murphy, hoping to shepherd the dogs towards Kira and Liesel.
The tan one is very skittish, might bite.
The plan seems to be working as the first dog comes into sight.
Hey boy, hey boy, hey boy, hey boy. Come, come. Okay, wait, I need to get the, can you block him? Hey boy. Hey, hey, hello, hello. Here we go.
She's nervous, but not aggressive.
Have you got another leash? Eh? Here we go, boy.
Now the second dog's following the same route.
Okay. Oh, sweetie pie. No, don't be scared.
Both dogs look like pets.
Yeah, they look generally okay, so I don't know why they would be here. Either they fell in or put in.
The one dog, she's got a collar on, so would be an indication that it is old.
1, 2, 3, up! 2, 3, there we go. Got it.
This is the second day that the dogs have been in the canal now. So it would be interesting to know why nobody contacted us.
Next stop is the SPCA hospital to see if the dogs are healthy.
Is it open? Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Grass. How does that feel? Nice.
Vet Miles Penfold's first impressions are good.
Overall, if we look at the condition of the dog, it looks in really good nick. It's certainly got a nice coat on it. There's a possibility that she's had a spay. If they are spayed, then it's great. It means that they've got an owner who's actually gone to the effort of getting the animal spayed. Okay, all we're going to do is we just want to check the skin. Underneath, have a look and see, is there any reddening of the skin, any abnormalities? But the skin is looking nice and healthy. There's no real problems here. Just the body condition, the rounding of the muscles tells me this dog's really been fed every day of its life pretty much. Both of these dogs, to my mind, have owners, and obviously we're hoping that they're going to come forward and claim them as soon as possible.
Both dogs seem well cared for. It's a mystery how they got into the canal. Now the SPCA will try to find their owner.
There's dead ones.
Horrific. These have basically starved to death.
3 months ago, Senior Inspector James Murphy was called out to a farm where he found a flock of sheep diseased and dying.
They've picked up mange.
Sadly, Many were beyond help and put to sleep. But the surviving ones were placed under a quarantine order, awarded to the care of the SPCA, and have been receiving veterinary care. Today, Murphy is back with Dr. Vrey from the State Veterinary's office. They want to see how the sheep are progressing.
We're hoping that the State Department's going to lift the quarantine. You know, we are currently preparing a docket for the case as well, to charge the owners for the cruelty and neglect.
Dr. Vrey checks for mange.
I'm happy. They're looking very good. There's no one that tried to bite the side or showing symptoms of itching, that something is left on them. So after 3 treatments, I'm definitely sure that there's nothing left. It's only a pity that they're looking bad because the wool is in different lengths now.
It's great news. Despite needing a new hairdo, the sheep are well on the road to recovery. And legal proceedings are underway to prosecute the owner for animal cruelty. 7 days have passed since Inspector Nelson Sawati visited the house where a collection of goats and chickens were being kept in poor conditions. Sawati has been in contact with the owner, who has taken the puppies, which were in need of urgent vet care, to a clinic. But sadly, they had canine distemper and were put to sleep. Today, he's back with Senior Inspector James Murphy.
Is he home or what? Huh? Think he's not home?
No one's home.
It's locked.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
Oh,
we could try the neighbour's garden, see whether we could look over from there.
This is not going to be as good as...
As they approach the yard from the neighbour's garden, it's clear that very little has changed.
What the hell is this? And the roof doesn't even look solid there.
The whole situation is appalling.
There's piles of junk here. There's wooden planks lying there.
The place is as overcrowded as it was before.
Well, they don't look underfed. Goats will eat and eat and eat. How many are there here, by the way? Let's get a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's at least 16 goats here.
About 16.
Yeah. Pushing this guy to tidy up would be an ideal start for the welfare of the goats. Get these animals out of here.
It's a frustrating situation for Nelson and James. Although the animals look well fed, they deserve better living conditions, and they're here to ensure that they get them. They'll be back. It's another busy day for the Cape of Good Hope SPCA, and it's about to get busier for Inspector Conchita Milburn and the team she's assembled. They're heading northwest with the mobile clinic to try and improve the lives of animals in one of Cape Town's poorest rural communities.
Today we are going to an informal settlement called Scardelfontein. It's just outside an area called Philadelphia. I don't know about the living conditions or the conditions of the dogs, but we're basically there just to assist the community, bringing dogs for sterilization, taking any unwanted animals, and just inspect the living conditions, see what we can do.
Around 100 people live in this settlement, and as the team arrive, the residents seem happy to see them.
Dogs that need treatments, warnings issued for
tied up,
shelter, anything you can see.
Senior Inspector Kira Joshua starts to look around.
But the reason why we came out here today is because there was actually a call from the police saying that the people out here need help with their animals.
Charlene, has your cat been toegemaakt, sterilized? Because we're here today, we're going to sterilize animals if the owners want and bring them back on Wednesday. So would you like your cat to be done? Yeah?
Word soon gets out, and a queue starts to form at the mobile clinic. But fortunately, all of the concerns are minor.
It's gorgeous, huh? It's got like a Yorkie look to it.
Conchita inspects the living conditions of the animals, and she's impressed by what she sees.
Can we get those guys some fresh water, please? Clean water. You know, the community is full of pride. I mean, their dwellings are neat and tidy and clean, not like the other informal settlements that we've seen before. There aren't as many animals as I thought there would be either, but the standards are quite high.
Even though it might not be the rats, you can see the way they keep their houses and as well as the animals. There could be an indication that there's been another animal welfare society that's come in here.
Come.
Mobile clinic nurse Theo Ardendorf is also pleased.
But most of the people here actually want the dogs to be sterilized. It's actually quite amazing that they really, because most of them you didn't even need to motivate it. You just said sterilization and then they said, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, it's actually a good thing that we came out here.
And we see on the ears over here, it looks like it's the start of cancer. So is there another welfare organization that comes out here that helps you with the animals? No. So will you sign this one over? Okay, brilliant, thanks.
I think the main thing that we've targeted today is just sterilizations, because they haven't had that facility or that option. A few dogs tied up, but we've issued warnings, educated.
It's been a good morning. 17 dogs will be taken to the SPCA, sterilised and then returned to their owners. But there's someone who needs a new home.
Okay, this is a puppy. It was it is unwanted. It's a female and too many dogs on the property already. It seems fair in fair condition. Yeah, might be able to find a home for it.
The puppy will go back to the SPCA in the hope that a new home can be found for her.
Go!
2 weeks ago, Andries Venter and his team rescued a dog from a drain pipe. It had been stuck there for 2 days and was in a severe state of shock.
We got him?
Yeah. The dog showed signs of aggression during the rescue, and the team hoped that it was just the trauma talking. At the SPCA, animal behaviourist Candice de Villiers has been working with him. But has some time and attention settled him down?
It's extremely scared and extremely nervous. With that kind of behavior, you would certainly not be able to, at this stage, adopt that dog out, and needs a lot of work. If you cornered that dog, you would certainly get bitten because it has to protect itself in its mind. The owner was contacted regarding this dog, and she said that she did love the dog and she did want to come and fetch that dog, but it's been about 2 weeks now, just over 2 weeks, and she hasn't contacted anybody at the SPCA regarding her dog or made any attempt to collect her dog from us. We certainly need a good couple of months worth of work on this dog to try and build its confidence, gain its confidence, and then we would still be uncertain if it would bond with strangers. It would bond with the one person working with a dog, but would it bond with or accept other people coming into a home, into a strange environment, going back out into a strange environment as well?
Sadly, with the owner not interested in collecting the dog and taking into account his untrustworthy nature, Candice feels he's not adoptable. Inspector Nelson Sawati is responding to an urgent call in the Heideveld area of Cape Town. Trainee Inspector Moyo Makar is already on scene. A construction worker has reported that a fight has broken out between neighbouring dogs, but the owners of the dogs are nowhere to be found.
There's a small hole in between, the fences, and I suppose they were barking at each other. And just the two pit bulls, they pulled the one dog into their own yard, and then that is when they start taking it.
Sawati and Moyo already know the dogs are dangerous, and with 3 of them still loose on the property, they can't take any chances.
It's quite an aggressive dog.
Is it?
Come.
The other one is...
Come.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's not dead.
The attacked dog is clearly in need of urgent veterinary care, But Sawati and Moyo must first secure the scene by catching the remaining 2 dogs. And this is their yard, and they don't sound very friendly.
All right. Fine, also. Fine.
Okay.
It's a tense situation. Moyo restrains the first dog, whilst Nelson goes after the second one. They move fast, but want to keep the dogs as calm as possible.
It's all right, boy. It's all right, it's all right. It's all right. Come. Keep it tight, keep it tight.
The other one can be loose, eh?
And
With the dog safely in the van, they can turn their attentions to the injured dog.
Yeah, maybe. I'll check. Well, this one, I'm worried about the breathing. The blood also bleeding. I'm not sure what part of the body is bleeding, but it's definitely through its bite wounds, obviously. But that can be assessed by the vet as we get to the SPCA now. We're going straight back now.
The best thing now is to get the wounded dog back to the SPCA as quickly as possible, where specialist vets can take over.
It's easier to carry. Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool.
SPCA vet Miles Penfold arrives to examine the dog.
He's in quite severe shock at the moment. We have a feel underneath on the actual leg here. He's got quite a fast pulse, and it's quite weak. So what we're going to be doing is establishing intravenous drip lines, getting fluids into them as fast as possible, and then also we're going to be putting in some colloids, which will increase the oncotic pressure of the blood, just to get the blood pressure back up again. That'll all help the perfusion in the body, and then basically allow them to rest. So far from the assessment, this area here, once it's cleaned up, we'll see what's really going on. But this looks like the worst affected area at this point in time. It's got the marks on the inside there. There's been slash marks here, and all of these are little holes on the front here. Once it's shaved up, we'll be able to see it quite nice and clearly what's going on. But overall, it seems to have come off quite lightly. So probably got into the yard, got bowled over, and then got chewed on his legs there.
With the dog's condition now stable and mainly suffering from shock and puncture wounds, Miles turns his attention to the other 2 Staffordshire Terriers.
From the Pitbull, in that they've got a much shorter head. They stock here, and the legs are shorter as well. So although you might get a bit of crossbreeding, this guy here, for all intents and purposes, is predominantly Staffy, just like the other one. They're actually great with kids, but with other dogs, they're going to love having a Barney. And yeah, so for this guy over here, it's made their day having the neighbour's dog come over for a Barney. And you can hear they're quite vocal. Hey, shh, shh, shh. So they're getting a bit noisy because they want some attention now. This guy over here, pretty much, I'll be surprised if we find any bite marks anywhere else except on the muzzle, because they will clearly win a fight with almost any size dog. Pretty much a course of antibiotics, some anti-inflammatories and painkillers, and he's as good as new.
Their wounds are mainly superficial, but the injured dog is going to need more specialist care before he's ready to go home. Senior Inspector James Murphy has been in contact with the owner of the goats and chickens living in unhealthy conditions. Today, he's back with his boss, Andries Venter, to check he's true to his word.
His dog is very thin. Yeah, it's a little old. He's very weak. He doesn't look very happy.
And as for the birds...
This should be a free range, not caged up. Okay. That I can accept, but I would like to see straw or something there, because they like to scurry, they like to look for food in between grass and stuff. There's nothing for them to do that there. They need to be able to have natural behavior.
Although the yard appears tidier, some areas still need improvement.
When the goats are walking around, this is dangerous.
No, this was only taken out this morning after we removed some of the chickens here.
Okay. That drum with the sharp edges, either turn it up or turn it up, because goats will go in there.
With you, it was standing up, but I was scared the goats might jump on top of it, you know.
Then turn it the other way. I don't like these small spaces, to be honest. There's no natural habitat for them to nest in, to forage in.
At my age, I don't feel I can take such a lot of stress anymore, you know. But my love for these animals has caused me to have all of them here.
I can tell you that if you don't comply with our request, we can take the animals away.
Is it?
Okay. In terms of the Animals Protection Act.
Okay.
We would obviously prefer the animals going to a better place than us having to confiscate them and having a whole court case and fighting with you over ownership.
Okay.
That's a dragged out story and a long story. Okay. So that is why James have been working with you and trying to resolve it in a long-term manner. Okay, in the interest of the animals.
But Fenta is not happy with the condition of one of the dogs.
Let me rather take it with us, let the vets have a proper look, and the vets will then contact you. You do have a telephone number that they can contact you on.
I'm just on the cell phone.
That's fine, that's fine.
The man is clearly making an effort, so Fenta wants to work with him.
If I was you, I would move that cage, if I could, or not even move it, just open that door and put another fence right up to this door across here. Okay. Then they get sun, they can forage, and they've got shelter there.
Okay, I'm taking a picture.
14 days, taking into account that you've had quite a bit of time already. I think 14 days is more than adequate.
Yes.
The dog will be taken to the SPCA and evaluated by the veterinary team to see if anything can be done to help it. Meanwhile, the owner must make the final improvements. It's a big day for Anne, one of the dogs rescued from the canal. Animal behaviourist Candice de Villiers and volunteer Malcolm Rhodes are assessing her suitability for adoption.
This is a 60-second stand around. Just see what the dog does, interacts, if he interacts with the humans, basically what his mental state is, if he's happy or stressed. Could be a little bit stressed, possibly because his friend was taken away from him for a little bit. But with his coat, we would be looking at the heat as well. We're going to go over to stroking him.
So far, so good.
Seems to enjoy that. Wants more attention, more stroking. Quite happy to accept that from the handler and interact with the person. Okay, we're going to go over to the food bowl to just see any food bowl aggression, which will also assist us to get the new owners, if they have young kids, to make them aware that the dog might be a resource guarder. Very happy to allow Malcolm to bother her severely. She's leaning against the hand, but she's not aggressive at all. The last thing that we're going to do is the loud noise to see how she responds to that. She's a little bit confused, not sure where that came from. Doesn't seem too perturbed. This particular dog is definitely a good candidate for adoption. I would advise that she would be able to go with a family where there's quite young children. Very relaxed, not hyperactive, friendly, affectionate, wants attention. Very happy to just be in the presence of a human, lies down next to the human. Would be a very loyal dog.
There's more good news. Inspector Nelson Sawati is making a very special delivery. After 2 weeks recovering in the SPCA hospital, Hond the dog, who was attacked by the two staffies next door, is ready to go home.
They're not anywhere near you to attack you, eh?
And owner Diane Fink is very pleased to see him.
Sign here for me just to say you've got him. And he has been neutered also, eh?
Thank you.
I'm glad you're back. Ek sien die neighbors vanoggend vroeg besig, want ek sê toe vanoggend aan is ons jammer, né? Kyk ons kom al baie lank aan en ons is baie rustig en ons kyk na mekaar se huise, maar nou wat die honde betref, ek meen, dis ek net vanoggend aan is, ek is jammer, maar ek alles is vroeg besig met die, wat ek gesê, ek het 'n fence, ek is besig nou daar met die gras en ek gaan wys van die fence wat hy daar gaat sit.
The staffies are home too. And with the fence now fixed, hopefully they can learn to be better neighbours. There are 93 societies for the prevention of cruelty to animals in South Africa. The Cape of Good Hope SPCA receives over 6,000 calls every year, reports of cruelty and pleas for help, and some of them are for wildlife. The Cape Grey mongoose is a very adaptable creature, suited to a variety of habitats. A conference centre is probably a step too far though, and that's why Senior Inspector Kira Joshua has been called in, for the good of the mongoose and the centre manager.
I looked at the venues last night and I just had a glimpse of this thing last night and it ran through the banquet halls. And then I just decided to lock all the holes, just to prevent it from going through the rest of the building basically. So I kind of like cordoned the whole thing off, the whole mongoose off at least.
Kira's brought trainee inspector Liesl Pinar with her. The mongoose can't get out of the room, so catching him should be simple enough.
And what we're going to do now, which is actually quite perfect, there's not a lot of things that's around here. It's hopefully not going to be jumping all over the walls. We're going to try and use the box, try and get him into the box. So we're going to try and move the box to the area that he's in now. Hopefully, probably, there's not going to be a lot of running around and trying to coax him into the box. So, yeah. So I need to cause a distraction on this side, so he goes into the box that side. Okay, I just need no noise. Thanks. Put the box closer to that area. But make sure that there's enough room to close the door as well.
The mongoose has other ideas though.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Don't open the door.
He's not. We're gonna have to catch him. He doesn't trust the box.
It's not that he doesn't trust the box. He's not getting an opportunity to go into the box.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Come on, little guy. We just want to take you out.
He's not gonna go while I'm here.
Can you go behind the door?
There's a gap over the net.
Yeah, but the good thing is not a lot of hiding space, but it's also not a lot of place that he can just see as a getaway. Because now he's got this open area. The thing is, like, you can always have this, you think you have this kind of foolproof plan all the time, like when it comes to wildlife. But like with wildlife, each animal, you think you can predict how it's going to react, but you can't because that's why it's wildlife. We are going to get it. Just don't know how long it'll take, but we'll get it. Well done. Well done, Liesl.
Finally, he's in the pet carrier.
I was surprised because obviously it's not a creature that lives between people. Basically, it's a more supposed to be a creature from the wilderness. Basically, so to me it was a big surprise to find something like that here. They are definitely beautiful, very nice creatures. Yeah.
Kira's already identified a good place to release the mongoose, so they drive there straight away. It's great news for the unwanted puppy picked up from the settlement. The SPCA Adoptions Department have found her a new home, and she seems to be settling in just fine. New owners Debbie and Loriana have called her Solo.
She loves eating. She doesn't sleep. I think in the 2.5 weeks, I must probably slept 11 hours.
Yeah, this is all day and all night. She will be playing at 100 kilometers an hour, and then you'll be speaking to people in the living room maybe, and she'll trot off to the room, and you go and look and she's passed out. So she's really a character on her. She's a Solo.
She's a Solo.
Yeah.
She's found a new best friend, and fortunately, Blue is very patient.
They've like WWF, you know, like wrestling, pulling and tagging and running and jumping and moaning, and yeah, they're just best buds, having fun, enjoying life to the fullest. You know when you see people and you say they're old souls? She's an old soul. She's like a grown dog in a puppy's body. I think she's a happy dog.
The Cape Grey mongoose captured at the conference hall has had a stressful enough time already, so the sooner he gets back into the wild, the better.
It's a great release site because we're in a nature reserve. We know that there is a food source available for the mongoose as well as water and that. It's not going to be an area where he could be harmed in any way by people. So that's why it's a great release site. He's off. I'm pretty sure that he's feeling quite ecstatic at this moment, that he's out of a very sterile banquet hall right now. Unless, of course, he had a taste of the high life with all the rich foods and stuff.
It's late afternoon. Chief Inspector Andries Venter and Senior Inspector James Murphy are on the last call of the day. They're meeting up with the owner of the goats. He's had 7 days to finish the improvements to his yard.
I have complied to just about everything that you people have asked me to do.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
You come in and you inspect her, and then after that, I don't have nothing to do with nobody anymore.
He isn't very pleased to see them, but agrees to let them in for a final inspection.
We wanted you to make improvements. You have made the improvements. I'm not going to write anything now because everything seems to be in acceptable condition, minimum standards, okay? Yeah. But we are going to do spot checks.
You're welcome.
Okay. We are going to come any time of the month and come and check. Okay. Once we're happy that everything's complied with and it's kept like that, we'll stop with a spot check.
After a demanding day, persistence has finally paid off.
He was extremely irate with us, very threatening, but I think at the end of the day, the fact that he's done everything we asked him to do, improve the animals' welfare, and I pointed that out to him, that everything that was done was for his animals. So he then used the word thank you, but whether he meant it is another question.
It's been a difficult case, but the owner has fully complied and put the welfare of his animals first.
Buzz, let's go. Come, Buzz.
No one came forward to claim the 2 dogs that were rescued from the canal. So after a few weeks at the SPCA, they have been found new homes. The Shepherd Husky Cross has moved in with the Casewell family.
She has fitted in beautifully with the family. She loves our other dog, Joe. She's not flighty or anything. She's quite a calming influence on the house, and she loves the kids. She loves being petted. She's just a gentle soul. She's a friendly, gentle, obedient young lady. Okay. He's my big girl. The kids had a visit from the SPCA at school. Hannah had a visit about 2 months before, they came and gave a little talk at Hannah's school, and she came back very excited from school saying, Mum, this and this and this happens at the SPCA, and you must never do this to dogs. And she'd had this whole educational thing from the SPCA, so she was very keen, if we got a second dog, that it had to come from the SPCA. The SPCA had called her Anne, and the girls decided to change it from Anne. Anne became Roxy, and Roxy became Bazza, because the local Xhosa name means don't mess with me. So we decided to change it to Bazza. Everybody agreed we liked that. We're completely in love with her, all of us. Are we all in love with her?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
No, it feels like she's been with us forever. She's probably 2 or 3 years old, and it feels like she's been with us the whole time. She's lovely. She's a really wonderful dog.
It's a cute dog. I love it.
It's mid-afternoon in Cape Town, and just east of the city, SPCA Chief Inspector Andries Venter has been called out by the police to a very dangerous assignment. Parts of Cape Town are renowned for their ruthless gangs, which fight to retain control over illegal rackets, from drug dealing to prostitution. The police are about to raid the home of a suspected drug dealer, and they think he's armed, not just with guns. There may be dangerous dogs that have been trained to attack. The police have asked for Venter's help. He has no idea what he'll find.
The briefing I had with the police stated that the purpose of this intervention is to look for drugs and guns.
Go for control.
Roger. We have to be careful in that these are known gangsters.
Hey, what?
Andries is in, die kant op.
The police storm in first. With the suspects detained, the risky task of looking for the dogs falls to Venter. But in this house, it's not going to be easy.
I always get nervous. It's just part of the risk that you have to take.
Control.
Die hond is geberg.
Venter carefully creeps through the house, picking his way past the suspects, keeping his eyes peeled for any evidence of illegal dog fighting.
I don't see this environment to be an acceptable condition to keep dogs. The police confirmed that these are members that isn't afraid of, basically they live by the gun and they die by the gun.
In the yard outside, a dog has been discovered.
One dog that's chained up in there, dirty. There is clean water and acceptable conditions.
The dog's living conditions are far from ideal. He's on a very short chain, and his shelter could collapse at any moment. Andries decides to remove him.
That's a good boy. Come on. This dog was in a fight recently. Look there. Around the ears. There. There. All these scars are signs of fighting. Captain, I need to find out who the owner of this dog was. This dog was in a dog fight. Hoekom het hy vars bytmerke? He doesn't know the dog. He doesn't really know who the owner is, and he's scared of the dog. Come on.
But this dog isn't going to go quietly.
That's say. Fight! 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 Come on. Fight! Fight! Come on. Fight!
The man claims to be the owner, but for now, Venter has his hands full.
Gaan daar na die kaptein toe. Leave! 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 Fight!
Go lie down! Now! Go lie down!
Is jy die vaas van die hond?
Saam met my hond.
Waar kom my bytmerke vandaan?
Hy in die tiefbakleiers,
Hoeveel betaal jy die mense om te kyk na die bakleiery?
Wie?
Jy?
Niemand, daar kan jy moet sien. Man en vrou as lobieters, hulle baklei.
Basically, he doesn't understand why we're confiscating his dog. He doesn't understand the conditions are unacceptable. He claims that the female and the male got into a fight when the female was on heat, and hence the reason why they've got scars. And he claims that he's been treating it with home remedies.
Nou sê ek mos vir meneer, hoekom is dit daar?
Luister vir my.
Wat anders moet ek vir jou sê?
Ek vra jou, hoekom is die merke nie behandel nie?
I basically advised him that that's not acceptable treatment, that he hasn't consulted a professional on the wounds and to prevent infection from setting in.
Andres is not convinced by the man's claims, and he doesn't even live at the property where the dog was found.
Go for control.
Okay, we're safe and we're on our way back. We've got one Pitbull that's been in a fight. This was one of the most nerve-wracking situations I've been in. It's because you just don't know what's going to come around the corner. Just going in there and trying to find a dog without getting shot is, I guess, quite unsafe, but we do it for the animals.
It's been a tense afternoon. For now, the dog will go back to the SPCA, where he'll receive treatment for his wounds. It's a damp start to the day for trainee inspector Moya Makar. He's heading east to the Bonteheuwel area of Cape Town, where a report has come in of an animal in a very distressing condition.
It's a dog which is in parasitic conditions. It's heavily infested with ticks, according to the complainant, and we're just going to assess the situation. It is a low-income area. It's one of the things that we just have to bear in mind, that it's people who might decide to have animals, but maybe their resources are not adequate to give the best treatment and even care to the animals. Hello, good morning. Could you speak to the lady at number 6?
Staying there, she's just watching the house.
Okay. I came to see the dog and to investigate what's going on with the dog.
It's not my dog, I'm just looking after the house. The dog owner is not here. I told, please take the dog.
And he never took the
dog?
No. Okay. And can we have a look at the dog?
You know, I'm an old woman, I'm 70. I feel very sorry for that dog.
The woman claims she's just looking after the house, but she agrees to show Moyo the dog and asks him to take it to the SPCA for veterinary care. It's immediately clear that this dog needs urgent help.
A very emaciated dog, heavily infested with ticks, and there's no sign of water, no sign of food. It goes to show how much neglect is prevalent in the communities, actually. I would say there's nothing right about everything which I'm seeing here. You know, it can't even walk. So I just have to carry this dog through. Okay. Okay.
There's not a moment to lose, but Moyo fears it might already be too late.
Hello. It is also one of the worst cases which I've seen. Literally, the dog is it's dying. It's not something that you can say you get used to it. It just breaks your heart every day to see that people can just allow their dogs to suffer to this extent. And they'll say that anyway the dog is going to die.
Moyo leaves the woman a warning for the owner to contact him.
Contact the SPCA immediately, within 24 hours, to discuss a matter of concern about your dog. You may be prosecuted if he fails to contact us. And we're dead serious about this thing. This thing just makes me sick. Okay. Is it possible to get a vet on standby? The situation is quite bad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For now, the priority is to get the dog back to hospital as quickly as possible. The investigation will have to wait. Moyo Makar arrives at the SPCA. He rushes the dog into the hospital.
It's all right, doggy, it's all right.
But is it too late for vet George Birch to help?
First impressions, this dog is severely, grossly emaciated. You can see all over. There's no body mass on the skeleton. You can see the severe tick and flea burden. Ticks feed on the animal and basically use up all the animal's nutrients. There's the humerus. There's the bone. That's the triceps. There's almost nothing there. There's a wound here. It looks like a wound that's been there for quite a while. And you can just see on the back here. You can see the pelvic anatomy here. You can see the bones so clearly. There's no muscle here. Nothing. Apparently, this dog's not able to walk. One reason probably it is just so weak. The other reason, it's so bloody underfed. Look at the mucous membranes. That's pale. It should be like pink. These parasites, they suck blood, so obviously the animal will constantly be losing red blood cells. And with this burden like this, you can just think how much it's been losing. If you look at the hydration status, just indication of the animal has enough fluid in the body. This one does not. Look, if there's ticks crawling into your ears, you would be going mad. I think this dog probably went mad, but it's too weak to, fight anymore.
Even with all his experience, it's still an upsetting case for George.
So I think this is, up there among some of the worst ones I've seen. This is out and out neglect. You get very emotional about this because this is really what we are here trying to prevent. But education is unfortunately a big thing, and we need to do more. A reasonable person would not let this happen. So yeah, definitely for an animal like this, I would advise that we prosecute this person.
George is left with only one option.
This animal's going to get put to sleep now. It's been suffering for a while, I reckon, with this tick burden and weight loss and all that.
It's a desperate situation. Moyo Makar is determined to find out who is responsible and make them accountable for their actions. Inspector Wilbur Kenkabi is heading for Taffelsing. It's a residential area, but also a popular place to keep horses. With limited resources available, the stables are often makeshift and inadequate. This morning's complaint concerns the living conditions of 2 horses. An inspector from the Animal Anti-Cruelty League is already on scene and briefs Wilbur with his findings.
This is supposedly the entrance.
Okay.
So,
The horses are being kept at the back of what appears to be a scrapyard.
Good view here.
The owner of the horses isn't present, but his son shows Wilbur around.
2 ponies, chestnut and grey pony at the back. This is not very big. The main concern is this, they must clean up here.
And they must clean both of these stables, and they must provide water at all times. There's no water. This man said they kick the water over. So I told him now he must get a tire. He must put a tire where the water can't be dealt over.
Despite their surroundings, Wilbur's pleased to see that the horses are in good shape.
As you can see, it's not in a poor condition. And another thing, you must cut off all these wires here. You see this wire? This is a minor. You can somewhat do it even now. The height is high enough. It's just the size that needs to be enlarged. The scrap is not actually really on the way. The horse can get out here. The only thing they can do is to remove the loose wire there. And then all these pushing away, because they're not keeping the horse here. It's stable and out. So there is a way out here. The only problem is just the zinc that's loose there. And all of these.
Horses must be able to turn around easily in their stalls and get regular exercise.
Just clean the stables regularly.
It's a big job for the owner to bring the place up to scratch and make it safe for the horses to live in.
I just want them to provide water 24 hours. And I want them to clean the stables regularly. This, he said, it belongs to his father. This is his father's Blackie that they're still gonna use. Although it looks like now scrappy, but they're gonna cut it off and put another head here. Give them 7 days to make the stable bigger, but 24 hours to clean the stables.
There's plenty of work to be done here. Wilbur wants to give the owner a fair chance to make the necessary improvements. If he doesn't get a move on, though, he could end up losing his horses. From its base in Grassy Park, the Cape of Good Hope Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals covers an area of 9,000 square miles. Like the other 93 SPCAs in South Africa, they depend on public donations to support their work. Today, Senior Inspector James Murphy and trainee Nico Mass are racing to a rescue. Cats are known to have a fondness for heights, but all that climbing can sometimes get them into trouble and make rescuing them a dangerous business. A cat is stuck in the uppermost branches of a tree. For James and Nico, reaching it safely could be a tall order.
It would be easy provided the cat cooperates, staying on that branch, but if it's a little bit feral, it's gonna take a walk and gonna go up higher.
James is left with no other option than to climb the tree, all 30 feet of
Ready?
it.
Lift.
Jennifer Barnard has been watching the drama unfold.
Well, I came outside. I feed 2 wild cats outside, and I came outside to feed them. And I heard this crying, and I walked towards the tree, and I saw the little kitty on the first branch. Then a young man came out of the college area here, and he almost got the kitty, but we couldn't. So he clenched up with, no, I'm stuck. I'm going to phone the SPCA, and they didn't hesitate.
Can you see it? Okay, bring it. Ah!
The tree's dense foliage makes climbing difficult.
Going up now, James. To your right. Put your weight more to the right.
Yeah, I just need to.
Through that V, straight, there's a branch going up to your right.
The cat seems to want help, but isn't making it easy. She's terrified and moving higher up the tree. James calls to her.
Oh, there it is. Come. Cat, come. No. Steady oneself, yeah. Gotcha. Come on. You can let go of the branch now. Yes, I've got you. I've got you. Oh, damn. It was getting here. Come on, cat. Get into the bag. No, don't fight with me. Thank goodness it's not a feral cat. Gotcha. Cat's in the bag.
With the cat contained, all that's left is to get down.
He's got a lot of gum all over it. With sticky fingers. There we go. Yes, Kitty, you're out now. You're down on the ground. I just need to get you out of the bag.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, no, the cat looks healthy. See, it's kind of domesticated, so take the cat in as a stray and obviously hang on to it for 7 days, and if it's not claimed, then it'll go up for adoption. And I mean, it's friendly, so it's got a good chance of finding a home.
For now, she'll be taken back to the SPCA to calm down, and hopefully an owner will come forward. The Cape of Good Hope SPCA has a specialist horse unit with a staff of 6, including Inspector Wilbur Kenkebi. Wilbur's back in Tattlesea to check on the horses with unsafe stabling. He's determined to improve their living conditions. But has the owner listened?
Hello? So far, they've just enlarged that stable, that side, up to here, to this boundary of the stables. And they are busy enlarging this side now. They're just trying to finish up this side. They, as you can see, the roof is already on here. So they're just busy finishing it up here.
The owner seems keen to work with Wilbur. He assures Wilbur that the horses are exercised daily and shows him his plans.
Because he doesn't have enough space, he just want to make it up to there where he just showed me now. Okay, I said, no, it's fine, because, I mean, if he doesn't have enough space, let me just measure that. He moet 3 meter by 3 meter. Go check that. What is that? 220. Okay, 2.2. I'm happy with that. So you can make it 2 by 2. Yeah, the horse will be able to turn. Can I take this one? This side? Yeah. This one is 2.7. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm pleased. It's just that I'm gonna just come and check the finishing. Yeah. Yeah, die ding is ook alright. Die crate. Ja, soos jy on die crate ook insit. Is all right, miss. He comply. You're already busy with the stables now. So I'm gonna give him a couple of days. Maybe I'm gonna come around here Thursday.
So far, so good. But there's still some work to do before Wilbur is satisfied. It's a busy day for Senior Inspector James Murphy. He's on his way to a rather curious case. The traffic police are already on scene. A minibus has rolled into a wall at an intersection and is causing some congestion.
Is this the bus? Yeah. Jeez.
The driver is nowhere to be seen, but there is one passenger on board, and she's rather hot and confused.
Looks like his brakes failed or something, and he just went back.
Traffic officer L.D. Abrahams is inside the vehicle trying to keep the dog calm.
It's a friendly dog.
Yeah, she's okay. I just gave her 2 bottles of water now.
She's probably just very thirsty.
Yeah, but she's got some ticks on her as well, though.
Okay.
A car is no place to leave a dog. Even on a cool day, the temperature inside can quickly rise to dangerous levels.
The dog was left in the car and the windows were closed. The door was left unlocked though, so the officers managed to gain access and get to the dog. And the bus was apparently left here since 10 o'clock or so, and it's now something to 1. It's been possibly 3 hours.
James suspects the dog was left inside as a security measure to stop anyone stealing the vehicle.
Come on. What we could do is just take the dog in for safekeeping and see what happens if the owner comes and claims it. I mean, obviously they're going to tow the bus away or just leave it here.
Well, because you can about one, because
come on.
pushed it right against the... She can't get loose there, eh?
No.
The same as the rear number plate.
Yeah, that's the same, yeah.
Because sometimes they use stolen vehicles.
Yeah.
looks like it's been in an accident. So it could be a hit and run that he dumped. It could be anything. I don't know if you call it a bystander.
Yeah.
He said that he saw the guy with the dog was sitting in the back. So he must have been aware, if he saw the dog outside, he must have been aware of the dog outside.
Thanks very much. Dog will be admitted as a stray, pending the owner's claiming of the dog. Maybe he just thought he was going to go for a while and it was a bit longer than he anticipated and didn't realize that the danger to the dog of leaving it in a car. But lucky for the dog, it's not dead or suffering. It looks okay. As the officer said, it's got some ticks on it, so it might be a problem, but yeah, it's not the end of the world.
The traffic police will get to the bottom of what's happened here. But James's responsibility is to get the dog to the SPCA and hope the owner comes forward to claim her. If not, they'll try to find her a new home.
Basically, they live by the gun and they die by the gun.
4 weeks ago, Andries Venter assisted the South African police on a drug raid, where it was suspected that dangerous dogs were guarding the property. After searching the house, Andries found one Pitbull.
This dog was in a fight recently,
which he suspected had been used for fighting. And sadly, the dog showed immediate signs of aggression. At the scene, a man came forward claiming to be the dog's owner. But Andries was unconvinced and asked the man for further proof. Andries has subsequently been in contact with him, but he was unable to supply sufficient evidence that the dog was his. Staff at the SPCA had been hoping that the dog would calm down after a stay in their kennels. But although he's friendly with Andries, he's still showing worrying signs of aggression. Today, animal behaviourist Candice de Villiers wants to see the Pitbull, and a decision must be made about his future.
another Pitbull came up to us and he just went for it. So the problem is at the moment he's fine. He's been kennelled, he's been handled by a couple of people, but no one's screaming, no one's running around, no one's lying down. So and the reason for the bust was drugs. So it could be that the whole house smelling of drugs, with the commotion of the police with us, the dog was very, very aggressive.
As a behaviourist, I really think it would be difficult to rehome this dog to a suitable home. Obviously, we don't know if it was people running and screaming that set the dog off, but anything can set him off. So we'd certainly not want to rehome him with anybody with children or other pets, as a matter of fact. Anything that he doesn't like might just set him off.
Unfortunately, the dog's unreliable nature means that the SPCA cannot take the risk of adopting him out, so the only option is to put him to sleep. "20 miles away, Senior Inspectors Kira Joshua and James Murphy are responding to a very unusual case. A black swan has been spotted by residents of a marina. He's a long way from home and in a potentially dangerous location.
The reports that we got was that the swan looks pretty sick. It's kind of strange knowing that there's a swan out in the harbour out here in Cape Town, because it's an exotic species that comes from Australia.
This is a new experience. Caught Egyptian geese and other birds, but not a swan, so.
A local resident leads them to where the bird is.
Do you think he can't fly or what? Or can he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just woke up this morning and there he was.
Said they're not allowed to fly. They're supposed to have their wings like clipped.
You take one side and I'll take the other, and then we just.
These engines are very quiet.
Oh, so it's not gonna disturb him too much.
Some people have acquired a taste for exotic species, so they buy it. Either it got out, we don't know, or somebody didn't want it anymore or dumped it. It wouldn't survive really by itself out of here. It might get injured by the boats, or seals might just take it out, we don't know.
Travelling by boat is the only way they'll stand a chance of catching him. Resident Paul Dobson is happy to help.
I woke up this morning, looked out of my window and just saw it in the harbour. And I thought it was a big seabird, you know, gannet or something. And
The plan is to creep up alongside and carefully net him. Keeping him calm is essential. With so many boats around, they can't take any risks.
You can get him here.
Well, it can fly.
Oh. He can fly. He can seriously fly. There he goes.
Yeah.
Fine.
The fact that it can fly, which is a good thing, but just bad for us, because now we can't. It's going to be quite difficult trying to capture it. But on the good side, even if we aren't able to capture it, it would be able to get away if there is any form of danger.
Small guy, eh? Should I hold your feet and then you just reach out? If you try and get alongside him, rather than actually get behind him.
Swans can fly up to 50 miles an hour, so keeping up with him could present quite a problem.
There he goes.
Oh, cool.
Water skier.
Ah.
No, he went this way. And he's off. Oh no, he's going down. Oh, he's in the corner there. I wonder is that a dead end there, eh? If we block him, we go down the center. He can't actually get out. So let's give this one more try. And then we'll just go down the other channel. It'd be ideal. We can just jump off on the... Can we jump off here?
Their best hope is to corner him in the protection of the dog.
It's under that side, your side, your side. Oh, shove it. This thing is not long enough to go off on the other side.
Here we go, here we go.
Finally, he's in safe hands. Birds can quickly go into shock, so Kira and James work fast to untangle the net and make him comfortable.
There we go, come on.
Got him.
Okay, got the legs. There we go. Okay.
Got him.
You want to grab the net?
Yeah.
The net's... Sorry, sunshine. It looks fine. Just need to make sure he doesn't make a duck for it. Sorry, a swan for it.
hello. Cheeky.
Careful. Thank you.
There's a towel there you can wrap.
Give me. Okay.
And you just wrap him in the towel. And on his head. Just to calm him down a bit. He's confined himself, so we managed to block him off and catch him in the net.
With no splash.
Neither of us falling in.
Because it's so unusual to have a black swan out here on the side, well, in Cape Town. We'll first see if anybody does actually have a permit for it. Failing that, we're going to have to try find a good place for it, a nice, safe place. We picked up a black swan in Gordons Bay at the harbour. I just need to find out if anybody actually does have a permit for a black swan out here. Okay? I can't write it, I'll put it on my phone.
Is there a deck here for me to stand on? Step in the water, I could just...
Thanks.
Disastrous.
Great teamwork. I contacted Cape Nature and apparently they don't issue permits for black swans, so it would be hard to trace anybody if they lost their swan.
For now, he'll be taken back to the SPCA, whilst the search begins for his owner.
A very emaciated dog.
A week ago, trainee inspector Moyo Makar was appalled to discover a dog so emaciated and severely infested with ticks that it couldn't even stand.
It just breaks your heart every day to see that people can just allow their dogs to suffer to this extent.
He rushed it to the SPCA clinic, but sadly, the dog was beyond help, and vet George Birch was left with no other option than to put her to sleep. Today, Moyo, along with Inspector Wayne Hector, is returning to the address. and he's determined to find out who is responsible. The house sitter had claimed the dog wasn't hers, so Moyo left a warning for the owner to contact him, but no one has been in touch.
We just want her to state in an affidavit as to the circumstances leading to the deterioration in the dog's condition. If she doesn't, then she's going to be charged as a co-accused.
Hello.
Hello, man.
I did give the owner the paper.
Is he the owner of the house?
He's the owner. They were staying here, the mother and everything, but the mother died, and she stayed here and he moved.
Okay.
And moved the dog.
Legally, she qualifies to be the owner because she's been taking care of the dog. She claims she's the one feeding the dog, and now she's got the keys also to the property. I would say she is the owner.
I will get his address tonight.
Yeah, please, man. Then we can sort it out quickly.
Yeah. So we come Thursday morning, and then you just.
I'll get everything.
Yeah.
You must say failure to do so, you will be forced to lay charges. It's okay, we can come again. If he doesn't do it, we will have to lay charges against him for cruelty, because then he doesn't come forward to explain or defend himself. He just keeps quiet, so he's guilty then.
But the woman's sticking to her story and still claims the dog isn't hers.
She says she gave the owner the nod for the owner to get in touch with us, and she'll be seeing the owner tomorrow. And then hopefully she's going to. We've left actually a second note for the owner to contact us. And so she said by Thursday morning, then she's going to give us the address where the owner actually stays.
So in terms of that, if he did see the dog suffer and left it to fend for itself still in the same condition, that's blatant cruelty. So we have to get to this guy.
Not the best, but it's still a workable situation. We can still work with it.
Moyo and Hector aren't convinced that she's telling the truth, but they need to investigate fully before taking action. Meanwhile, Kira and James have returned to the SPCA with the swan. Australian black swans are not native to South Africa, so it's possible he's escaped from a private collection. But until this mystery can be solved, his temporary home will be a much more secure spot at the SPCA.
A bit of a squish and squash. Hold the fingers and toes.
He's a wild bird and won't be used to being handled.
Oh, he's feisty. Come on, okay. He smacked me with his wing. Come on. Come.
The reason why we got him in the fly cage, because it's an enclosed area. We don't want to clip the wings, because if we clip the wings, he's not going to be able to fly for a long time, and we don't want that.
2, 3, up, 2, 3. Ooh. Where's he going to? Let's move the, maybe just move the box aside and then we can go that way.
Oh, sorry, Daddy. What we're going to do now, we're going to see if there's anybody that's missing their swans. We have to advertise for 7 days, and during that time as well, if nobody replies, we would either identify a nice area to release it or see if somebody's willing to adopt.
Meanwhile, south of the city, Inspector Wilbur Kenkabi is heading back to the scrapyard stables. It's been 2 weeks since his first visit. He's been working with the owner, and today he's hoping to see the final improvements. But has Wilbur's educational approach paid off?
They've taken all this rubble. So this is a sort of a storeroom. Yeah, now this is now made up nicely. And this level, they made it level up nicely here. You can see how level it is now. So this is a sliding door.
Yeah. Sliding door.
Okay, this one is also nicely floor. And on the side is no protruding wires on the side. The trough is high up for the food. As you can see here, nice hay available with the mix. This is perfect. This is also good. They won't be able to Yeah. Tilt the water over. I'm just gonna take a few more photos. And another thing that's nice here, this is not glass, this is fiber. It won't hurt itself, and it's bringing on bright in, make it light.
The owner has worked hard, and it shows.
Yeah, you better make use of it. Yeah. The stable was more, but now, if you can see, it's much bigger now. So it's quite big, enough for the horse to turn around.
The horses seem to like the extra room too. Wilbur is pleased and happy to close the case. It's been a month since the cat with a fondness for heights was rescued from a tree. Sadly, no one came to claim her, so until a new home can be found, she's a guest of the SPCA cattery. Adoptions clerk Taryn Boyce and animal care assistant Nazima Root have been caring for her, and they've called her Coco.
She is quite playful, although she likes to be independent, but she likes to be stroked, and she appreciates the fact that she is in a safe environment. And she purrs loud, and she enjoys your presence. Any cat that goes through an experience like that are quite traumatized. So when they also come into an environment where they hear dogs barking, they see new faces. Obviously, it can be very traumatic for them. So it takes a while for them to settle down.
In the beginning, when she came here, she wasn't as affectionate as the other kitties in the cage with her. Wasn't very confident. She was a little bit shy, but she has come out of her shell. So I'm sure she will find her home.
It just makes them feel more comfortable because we can't immediately take them into a home, so we bring the home to them.
For now, though, she seems to be settling in well with all the other residents. At the SPCA headquarters in Grassy Park, trainee inspector Moyo Makar is working on the case of the emaciated dog which was infested with ticks. The woman at the location where the dog was found claims she was just a house sitter and therefore not responsible for the dog. But after several visits, she has failed to come up with information regarding who the owner is. Moyo is determined to get justice for the dog and has decided she should be named in the files that he's going to hand over to the police.
Well, it was one of the greatest cases of neglect that I've seen. The dog was severely emaciated, heavily infested in ticks. I went to the property, I'll say about 4 times. So I'll go there and she'll tell me that the owner is going to call me. And then she wouldn't, and then the owner wouldn't. And so I was left with no option but to lay charges. And I'm still busy right now with all the necessary things. I have here with me my affidavit. I have the vet's report, and also the pictures, which is the evidence. And so I'm just gathering up all the necessary documentation which is required, and then I'll just compile it into a docket and then submit it, and then we can take it from there.
Sadly, it's too late for the dog, but hopefully this cruelty won't go unpunished. It's a big day for the dog which was left in the minibus. Sadly, no one claimed her, so animal behaviourist Candice de Villiers has been working with her. But it seems she'll need to learn some manners before she's ready for adoption.
We've done a behavioural assessment on this dog, and what we've come up with is that she needs a little bit of training. She doesn't walk nicely on a lead, she doesn't respond, she's just an absolute delinquent. She had no respect for your face at all, so we were a bit worried with her with children and her not knowing that she's quite a big, boisterous dog. So we have decided to give her some training and see what we can do with that. Hopefully she learns how to sit and not to jump. What I'd like to try and do with her is to introduce the clicker to her. It just makes it makes a little noise. So it's basically teaching with an acoustic guidance. I'm going to offer her treats. Use the clicker so that she hears this sound while nice things are taking place. Dogs are very, very, very intelligent, and they can pick up a routine extremely quickly. I'm only going to click it when she does something that I want her to do. So basically in her mind, her brain is going to tell her eventually she's done something correct.
She seems eager to learn.
Okay. If she's going to be jumping, I'm going to be ignoring her, just turning my back on her, and also not using the click. But as she sits, I will mark the behavior with a click. I need to make sure that the dog is not going to jump and then sit, because it can become a sequence of behaviors. Jump up, sit, get reward and mark for it. So I just prolong that a little bit by not clicking immediately while she's sitting. So I increase the time of her sit behavior. Sit. Good girl. Good dog. Oops.
So far, so good. If she keeps up the good work, it won't be long before she's ready to go to a new home. It's good news for Coco, the cat rescued from the tree. She's found a loving new home with the Quickfall family. She might be the newest addition to the family, but already she seems right at home.
In the beginning, she was very nervous, so she didn't want to really come out of the room, and she would always hide away behind the curtains and things like that. But it's been a week now, and she's really opened up.
Yeah, and also with Reese, she's been initially very scared, because I mean he's a 3-year-old, so he runs around and he makes a noise. And obviously, that will put anyone on edge. But really warmed up to him completely. You know, she'll walk and she'll rub herself up against your legs and purr, and yeah, she's a purrer. Absolutely, you can hear her a mile away.
Coco will also have a new feline friend to spend her days with. But it's going to take a little while for Missy to accept the new member of the household.
They're two females, so obviously, you know, there's going to be a bit of argy-bargy, but initially, a lot of tension, but they've warmed up to each other quite a bit. I mean, before they could not come into each other's areas, so to speak, but they've learned to become nice roommates. The minute she sees you, she starts purring.
Yeah, and you can actually call her. You can,
yeah, she'll come.
She'll
she responds to her name, and I mean, she sees your hand lying by the side of the bed, she'll just come and rub up again.
Yeah.
And we know Coco's here. Let's wake up.